you blaming that for what happened 30 years ago?
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is that human rights groups told proudly that the trade agreement was going to exacerbate the killings and send a blank check to the paramilitaries that they can keep killing. And you're right, it is drug-related because the paramilitaries and the drug cartels are one and the same. They're totally interconnected. So the people who are really going to profit from this trade agreement are the drug terrorists.
Well, they would give Colombia drug-related.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, we
war on quote unquote.
Yeah, the war on drugs, right? It's the war for drugs, really. I mean, this trade agreement.
The war would never win.
I'll tell you a beautiful thing about this trade agreement. They passed Panama and Colombia at the same time. That's great because what it does. So Colombia is going to help the Colombian drug cartels export more. The Panama trade agreement is going to help them launder more money in the Panamanian banks. So it's beautiful. We set it all up for them. When the Peru trade agreement passed in 2007, an interesting thing happened. Peru never used to be the biggest cocaine exporter. As of this year, after the trade agreement was implemented in 2009, everyone said the trade agreement is going to increase cocaine production because it's going to put Peruvian farmers out of business and they're going to have no choice but to grow coca. 2009, the UN certified that Peru passed Colombia as the biggest cocaine exporter. For years, people were warning that was going to happen. Now we have a trade agreement with Colombia. What do you think is going to happen there?
The trade agreement was designed to just balance trade. The other results are excuses.
It wasn't designed to balance trade. Have you read the investment chapter of the trade agreement?
No,
nothing to do with trade.
I haven't read the trade agreement. I read what the press says.
Yeah, well, I've had the misfortune of reading most of that terrible text. The trade agreement has an investment chapter that gives foreign corporations the right to sue our government in foreign tribunals for enforcing our domestic laws. So let's say a corporation feels that our environment.
I can't argue with you or accept from you information that I'm unfamiliar with.
Fair enough.
Because you can tell me anything you want to tell me.
Well, I can give you lots of sources and citations.
So if you quote something from an agreement, whether it's there or not,
you have no way to know. I understand that. Well,
how it's interpreted, it's really immaterial. But you know, this bit of blaming the Colombian and all the South America, and all the South American countries saying blaming the U.S. for everything they do, it's very old. It goes back to the Allende days, back to Chile, back to the 70s.
It's a reality that the U.S. off the Allende.
It probably is true, but that has been our policy for now for what, 50 years since World War II.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you're right. It's the same old story because it's true. I mean, the Colombia is the #1 recipient of U.S. military.
So one trade agreement hasn't really created that problem.
I didn't create the problem. It exacerbated the problem. No one is saying that the trade agreement created the problem. It's making it a lot worse. In the lead up to the trade agreement, the